the valley, the old farm, and this is continuing on pretty much straight after the last video, because that means I can get 2 videos in the bag and then be in a better place for holiday week. So by now I will be on the holiday in sunny Wales. Actually, I don't care what the weather's going to be like. It's the main thing for me is having a week away, spending time with Mrs. D and the dogs, and not having to work. Bit of escape from reality for a week. So, yep. If it rains all week, we will be curled up in the cottage with the log fire going and eating lots of bad food and watching lots of bad TV probably. And I really don't care if that's how we spend the week. Yeah. So I don't know what you're like, how you think about holidays. My in-laws, when they go on holiday, they are doing constantly. But that's because they're retired. So I've never been on holiday with my in-laws, but Mrs. D and the teenager have, you know, like once, maybe more a year. And they both quite like to go on holiday and relax, and they have the counter of mother-in-law or mother-in-law and possibly father-in-law doing and wanting to do because they're away and they should experience stuff. And but the reason that we are in West Wales on holiday this week, so I'm actually recording this before I go on holiday. So yeah, we are in West Wales because I really like Wales. I went to university in Wales. I lived there for 4 years as part of that process. I lived quite close to Wales for quite a long time after that as well. So yeah, it was it's a country that I quite like, and it's a very pretty country, much prettier than Essex. Although Essex does have some nice bits, and Essex is not a country. Essex is a county. I know, but you know, so but yeah, we've gone over there. I would quite like to move there eventually, but at the moment we can't for some reasons. So yeah, it would be nice to eventually move over that way, maybe get a place out in the countryside. Yeah, and the nice thing about my job is I work from home a lot, and I can do like blocks in the office, so it would be okay. The bit that would be tricky is if Mrs. D could cope on those blocks where I'm away, living somewhere where her family isn't, because she's always lived close to her family. Yeah. So kind of what I'm hoping that we are doing is, you know, driving, because of Mrs. D's illnesses, we can't do like massive walks and stuff. So what I'm hoping is that we are driving around, seeing the sights and having a good time. But if the weather's bad, I am going to be perfectly happy with Netflix and all of the other various online subscription services that are available that we have accounts for, and just watching TV. So, yep, I'm going to probably take one of my backup laptops that I use for doing this stuff to connect to the TV to watch TV on. You know, if we need to watch Netflix or whatever, I think that'd be a really cool way, really good way of doing it. In the past, when we've traveled, I've taken a spare phone and connected that, but a PC is a much better option. So yeah, depending on where you're staying, some of them, you know, the last place we went away had a smart TV, and actually someone had left a either a Netflix or Amazon Prime account logged in on the TV, so we used their account. And yeah, we watched a bunch of TV because again the weather wasn't great. Yeah, the other thing that we're going to be doing, I don't remember if I've spoken about this already this week. If I have, I apologise. Is I think I might have actually, but I'm going to talk about it again anyway because I'm super excited. The boat that my dad built in my teens, it took him about 10 years to build, is very close to, he sold it many years ago, but it's very close to where we are going to be staying. And he recently sold his boat that he had, and he has contacted the owner and is interested in buying it back, which I am mega excited about. I say 10 years of my childhood was spent helping my dad build this thing in their back garden. And so one day of holiday, early on, for a couple of hours, I'm going to go and have a look over it for him, check some basics, and then if it looks okay, my parents are going to make the same journey over from Essex to Wales to have a look, which means we'll get to see my parents, and I haven't seen them in quite a while, which is cool. Me and my dad will crawl over the boat for more hours. So yeah, very excited about that. So I think I spoke about the fact that a while ago I was Googling the type of boat, and it's quite a rare type of, I think only about 40 of them were ever made. I'm not going to say what it is, because I don't want to dox myself. But yeah, it's quite a rare boat, and I was Googling the type of boat, and I came across some pictures of a boat which had a different name to when my dad had the boat, but I was looking at the pictures like 99.9% sure that was my dad's boat. And I found it on a boat, it was on a forum, and so I commented on the forum, and then I found it on Facebook, and we found the current owner, and my dad got in touch with him and was chatting to him and stuff, and then my dad has since been in touch with him in the last few weeks about buying it. And I think for my dad it's subject to the condition of certain bits which would be expensive to repair. I mean, having built it, there's some damage to some of the woodwork and stuff. My dad doesn't care about that. He built the freaking thing. Repairing that is trivial for him. It's more substantial things like, is the engine still good after probably the best part of 30 years and an unknown amount of time sat unused in a boatyard. So yeah, that's kind of the thing, one of the things that I will be checking for him. So I want to check that we are getting I need to go across, down, needs rolling. Pretty sure it doesn't need lime. And now we wait for the update. Come on, map. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, little PS4. I wish I could have like a... Yeah, that is what I wish there was like a processor load indicator that you could get for PlayStation. It would be so it would intrigue me to see how hard the little thing is working. Yeah, so things like, is the engine, basically not seized, because on top of it being about 30 years old, it appears to have been sat in this boatyard for an indeterminate amount of time. So yeah, it's can you tell I'm excited? Probably hear it in my usually very monotone voice. It's maybe slightly less monotone, but yeah, super excited about that. It's going to be awesome. I really hope it's in decent condition. So yeah, we've got some pictures from when someone else went to look at it, and let's say there's some cosmetic damage, but none of that is a problem for my dad. That is a freaking genius. Sometimes it's, I can't, because I grew up with it, it's sort of not, but it's kind of mind-boggling that he built a 10-meter long boat in our back garden. Yeah, and that it still exists. I say I'm in my 40s now. He started building it when I was no more than 11. Yeah, it's a lot of memory, and I never, because I had moved away by the time he'd finished it, I never got to sail it as much with him as I would have liked. But we spent so many hours together building it that yeah, there's a lot of memories there. Yeah, so and going back to what I'm doing here, I know that the last two videos have maybe not been the most exciting. I've planted this field and now I'm rolling it. It needs doing, and as I said in the last video, and probably in most of the other videos over these 2 weeks, sorry if it's getting repetitive, I am trying to get enough content recorded so that I can have a proper break for the 2-week holiday. Now, if I don't, it just means there'll be gaps, but I would like there to not be gaps. So that ruins my analytics, and I don't like my analytics being ruined. Over the last probably 2 months, maybe 2.5 months, the channel's been really doing well. The farm sim videos are picking up a little bit in terms of like the number of views on the let's plays. Tutorials always do well, but I kind of gauge it on the let's plays, and they're growing slowly. And the Timberborn videos have been doing brilliantly. They do at the moment they do way better than farm sim videos. So yeah, it's but on whole the channel's growing really nicely at the moment. Subscriber numbers are growing nicely, and yeah, stopping making videos for a week and a bit would break my analytics. It would make me sad. So yeah, and I'm kind of, I was going to say lucky, but the nature of a lot of the content that I make, so all the tutorials, means that actually the majority of the traffic that I get is people watching tutorials. You know, videos that I made a year ago still get almost as many views as a new let's play. So for some of them, unless it's a new let's play, and then they get more. But, you know, so yeah, that's kind of cool. That it's something that I go on about to, particularly Cartech, mainly because it's kind of fun to whinge it in, is evergreen content. You know, people will watch particularly, that the whole new map thing. People will watch a let's play, and if they find maybe like Court Farms didn't do a series on Court Farms, but people did a series on Court Farms. Everyone was watching Court Farms let's plays for a bit, and then they would drop off and the people don't come back. The tutorials people always watch again and again. There are videos that I made probably within the first 2 months of Farm Sim FS22 being released. It's over 2 years old now. They still get 50 views a day, something like that. So while not huge numbers, many of those videos adds up to consistent viewing, which is good. So yeah, once I get back from holiday, I was going to say things will get back to normal, but the reality is that I get back from holiday, I have about a week at work. I can actually see that turning into me having to do a few days in the week after, because I've got some stuff I need to get done. And the week that I'm back, I've got to do an at least 2-day work trip, so that limits my kind of ability to do the day job. So yeah, there is very, very high potential that I'll be working in the first week of my holiday. That's okay, because I'll just take the holiday time at the end. And I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing for keeping videos going while I'm off. Might just be another reduced schedule. So I want to spend time with the family. Obviously the teenager is going to be back from uni, and I haven't seen her since we dropped her off. So Mrs. D, she came over the weekend, but Mrs. D's been up to see her once more since then, and got to admit, there are times when I really miss her. So yeah, and I did speak, I think I spoke about on a normal video, it might have been a Patreon video, I don't know. She had her first car accident last week, and yeah, initially Mrs. D was like, I need to go see her, I need to go up there and help. And I was like, no, just let her try and sort it out. And the day after she was struggling with sorting the insurance, I was like, you need to go up there and help her. And she was the other way. She was like, well, I'll ask her and see if she wants me to. And in the end, she didn't. So she sorted it out herself, which is cool. But yeah, that made me realise that actually not having her in the house is quite weird. It'd be nice to see her again. Nice to see her again. Yeah. This job has been pretty quick actually. So we might go over and have a quick peek at the cows. See if there's any manure to put in the BGA. Because I had to borrow another £5 to lease this roller because we are flat broke. That's why we're not getting any new kit. But hey, we are getting close to the point where we might be able to sell stuff. And we do have some oats to sell, I guess, because we'll probably keep the wheat for the chickens. So yeah. We will have the eggs and the wool and the milk and stuff to sell. So, and the melons, winter melons. Going to avoid the joke that's popped into my head, but if you have a sense of humour like me, you can probably think where I'm going with melons being chilly. Yeah, I'm that juvenile sometimes. Deal with it. So this morning when I woke up, I was not in mentally a good. Actually, I haven't done this in a while. Answer as a percentage. How you doing? When you're watching this, it's probably over a week since I'm talking about this. So, and I'm on holiday. I'm probably good by now. When I woke up this morning, I was mentally not in a good place. I was probably down at about 20%. Was very stressed about some work stuff. Very tired because I'm not sleeping great because Joker's dementia is quite bad at the moment. I'm sleeping downstairs with him because he panics if he's on his, if he's not got a human with him. I was going to say on his own, but he's never on his own because he's got 3 brothers. So yeah, I'm not sleeping great. I was a bit stressed about some work stuff, and I was not feeling mentally good. Dragged myself out for a run. That helped a little bit, but being tired and running is not always the best combination. So yeah, that helped a little bit, and got stuck into work. Got stuff done. Still really tired, but I'm probably up at about 50-60% now, which is nice. You know, I think I can live with a 50-60%. I got a bit of a headache. Probably going to have a bit of a headache for a while because I'm the decorating that I'm doing is making my neck hurt, and when my neck hurts, my head hurts. So yeah, but it's not a mega bad headache. It's not a proper, you know, ice pick in the brain cluster headache type things. I will be okay. I'm also not eating great at the moment. That doesn't help. But actually, something I was talking to Paul about. I think again I might have mentioned this recently. He's a fellow migraine sufferer, and sometimes when you have bad heads, you comfort eat. Essentially, you know, you make yourself some nice food. It makes you feel a bit better for a little while, and then you still feel crap afterwards, or worse. So, you know, it's how it goes. So let's switch this guy off. Let's jump in the Lizard or the Brewer. Do we have a bucket? Yeah, let's be honest, we probably can't afford to buy a bucket, but hey, front loader tools, we do not. How much is a bucket? Knowing that I don't have any mods installed, so, or many mods installed. Front loader tools. Do we have any buckets installed? Oh, we've got the CSE pack installed. Okay, that would work. That would work. We want front loader, lever. Okay, is it attacher type that changes the size? Yeah, okay. So, telehandler, front loader. So we can only get Front loader. I know we can get front loader 2,000 litres. Front loader 2,000 litres. But okay, so we're going for a 2,000 litre front loader bucket by the looks of it. In which case, oh no, I think that's 2626. Yeah, I mean, we can afford to buy it at least, which is good. Yeah, let's buy that. And I don't know if this bugs you guys or not, but I am not driving to the store to pick a bucket up. I guess I am spoiled by store deliveries, and this map has the console equivalent of store deliveries, which is that the reset point is, actually I probably don't want to leave that there, is at the farm. So crash. So yeah, I have done that. That means we can get a little bit more work done, and I can save some time. We do have the weight on the back, which is probably good. Yeah. Let's grab that. Yeah, I remembered which button it was to activate the front loader. Kind of zoomed in a little close there. Okay. What are we doing for eggs? Yeah, that's not too bad. There's some there. There are some eggs. So, I wonder how much manure we have. I don't even know where the manure spawned. Oh, it was in the shed, isn't it? Let's have a look. Oh, literally a bucket full or something, but hey. Why can't I zoom out? There we go. A bucket full of manure. There we go. Bucket full of manure in the BGA is better than a bucket full of manure in the cowshed. Some philosophy for you there. I don't think the trailer that we have can do slurry, so there we go. Right, let's just check that. Pretty sure it's least. So yeah, I think it's just water. It's a bit annoying. Maybe we should replace that actually. Might have to have a look for a replacement trailer, or that would be pretty grim for the cows to have their water delivered in a slurry tank. It would be good for the melons. Slurry is nitrogen. So yeah, that lovely BGA. This is going to make us literally bajillions, or not. Make us a little bit of money now. In we go. And it's kind of weird using my own mods on console, gotta admit. So let's go into the production menu, down to manure, and activate. It's probably going to process ridiculously quickly. I'm playing on timer 1, so probably not, but it is processing, so yeah. And I think that's going to be it for the Valley of the Old Farm for today. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button, comments, questions, suggestions below, and I will see you next time.